What's up, friends? If you're new here, I'm Danielle Murray. I'm a mom to 8 kiddos, and today I wanted to take you guys through how we buy in bulk to save money, how we store bulk purchases, and how we navigate different dietary needs from a celiac family. All right, the main focal point of this video is our Azure Standard order. This is something we do every single month, and it has saved us like thousands of dollars. If you're not familiar with Azure Standard, they are a health food co-op. What that means is that they source all kinds of different health foods. You can shop for individual products or you can buy products in bulk, which is what we like to do because you save the most money when you're buying things in larger quantities. So once you go on and you find a drop near you, you sign up, you place your order each month, and then when it's ready to be shipped out, they send you a notification. You get contacted by your drop coordinator, and then you go to the designated meeting location and you unload it directly from the semi-truck. It looks kind of crazy and it's a little weird at first getting used to unloading your groceries in the middle of a parking lot, but everyone pitches in. It's like a community effort. 2 years ago, we moved to a completely new city and we went to our first Azure drop, and we made like 3 of our closest friends in our new home from that drop. So it's really cool to meet like-minded people. And now our drops just feel like a hangout session. We go, we catch up with people, we chat for a little bit, we all help each other unload and then load into our individual cars, and then every family takes their groceries home to put them away. So this is some of what we get all the time. I wanted to take you through the things we got this week, but also the things that we get like on a very consistent basis, and some of the things that I think are the best savings that you could find. So Azure might not make sense for everyone, but it's not just for large families. It doesn't matter if you have 4 people in your family or if it's just you. When you buy certain products in larger quantities, you're gonna spend a lot less in the long run. So up front, you're paying more because you're getting a year's worth of salt instead of paying for a little bit of salt every single month. Also, before we get started, there is a special discount code, super exclusive and rare, just for you guys. At the end of this video, make sure you stay tuned so you can get that. Again, this is gonna be tailored to our gluten-free lifestyle. Some of my kids do have celiac disease, so a lot of those specialty items are really expensive in the local store. When you buy 12 boxes of spaghetti, gluten-free organic spaghetti at one time, it is astronomically cheaper than buying 1 box or 2 boxes at a time from the grocery store. All that to say, Azure is not strictly gluten-free. They have all kinds of things to choose from. They have organic and they have conventional non-organic products. You can buy organic flour in bulk, or you can buy non-organic flour in bulk, or you could buy gluten-free flour in bulk, which is what we do. This is the Bob's Red Mill 1-for-1 gluten-free flour replacer. We use it in literally everything because it's the easiest, no nonsense. We don't have to overthink it or add a bunch of extra ingredients, and it works every time. This stuff is about $10 for 4 cups in the grocery store. So you can imagine a family our size making pancakes and using 6 cups of flour. We're using $15 worth of flour just to make pancakes, which is insane and not sustainable. So we buy it in a 25-pound bag and we pay, I think it's like $58 right now, which is not bad and is also incredible. We usually get 2 of these a month because we do like to bake a lot of bread and a lot of things from scratch. But again, if you don't need to eat gluten-free, you can get wheat berries and mill them yourself. You could get just big bags of flour and keep it so you have a stockpile to go through in case things get hard. Whatever you want to do, they've got the options. So this we like to pour in here. We keep it in a 5-gallon bucket that is food grade safe and a Gamma Seal lid. You can see it keeps it fresh. We have no issues with bugs or anything like that. Like I said, we go through it pretty quickly, but this would store it really well for like a year otherwise. So I made little labels for them. We keep our flour in one of these. We also buy rice, beans, popcorn kernels, tapioca starch. We have masa, so corn flour to make our own tortillas. All of those things we like to buy in a big bag and keep in those same 5-gallon buckets. Next up, I just wanted to show you some more of the pantry items. I feel like this is the thing that we like love Azure for the most. Actually, it was, and now it's their cleaning stuff. It's a tie. It's a tie, okay.
And the beef bacon.
And the beef bacon. Okay, so pantry items, like we have some cornstarch that we get. And I love, you can find, like I said, non-organic options of all of the same things, but they have organic options of things that a lot of small town grocery stores just don't carry. So we love that we still have access to the foods that our family likes to eat, that are like healthy alternatives to what we can find locally. And it ends up being cheaper. So we can get our cornstarch. These are chocolate chips. Chocolate chips, just off the shelf, are not usually safe for people with celiac disease. These are gluten-free, and it's a 5-pound bag. It comes out, I mean, what is it? It's like $6 for a small bag of gluten-free chocolate chips if you go to the grocery store. I wanna say this was $30 for a 5-pound bag, which I think is pretty good considering they're organic. The ones at the store are not. And they're delicious. So we get one of these. It probably lasts us 2 months. I would say we use it in a lot of muffins and things like that. Next up, these, somebody commented on one of our videos where we did an Azure drop, and they recommended these. I'd never heard of them before. They're called soy curls. It is essentially just soybeans that are dehydrated. So you add water to rehydrate them, and then they have the texture of chicken, which is so wild to me. So some of my kids don't eat meat. I don't eat meat. And it can be difficult to navigate meals with, you know, like some people get the extra protein. So if it's pasta, then I'm like, oh man, we're really lacking the protein. This has been the best option I have found, because it's truly like not very processed. It doesn't have a lot of extra ingredients. It's just non-GMO soybeans, that's it. And so it cooks up. You can make like chicken strips. We've done barbecue chicken. We've done tikka masala with them. And they're just amazing alternative. So we have been loving getting those. I'm gonna stop here. This is what I said was like one of the top competitors of my favorite things that I can get from Azure. So even if you don't wanna get food, or maybe you just want flour and nothing else, this is worth it. They're cleaning supplies. They're all clean. They're like not filled with chemicals or fragrances that are gonna make your allergies go crazy or give you cancer or just cause issues for your pets or your babies or whatever. These are clean and they are cheap. And I love that because usually the clean organic stuff at the store is insanely priced and it's hard to justify it. But here, this bottle was $11. And this is a concentrate, so I pour a little bit into here, like probably up to here, and fill the rest with water. And this is my spray that I spray everything in my house to clean it with. So this bottle makes a lot of these for $11. Literally insane. Then we have the dish soap. Again, a little bit goes a long way. I usually fill this maybe halfway, maybe not even, with dish soap and then add water. And then we use that. This was $9. And then this I think was $32. It is 8 pounds of dishwashing detergent. I've already used most of this bag. I like to keep it in this mason jar just so I can pour it easily and it doesn't make a mess and I refill it. But their cleaning supplies, they have like a floor cleaner that we use. They have all kinds of things. I just bought a septic tank. What do you call it? Like you pour it down the sink and it helps keep your septic tank kosher and doing the thing the way it's supposed to. So they have all kinds of good quality cleaning items. Okay, the next thing we get a lot, same vein of pantry items, are spices. So this is ground nutmeg. I prefer to buy in bulk because there's nothing worse than being in the middle of a recipe and like not having the spice that you need or not having enough of it. We have run out of chili powder way too many times and we use a lot of chili powder. Usually I buy what did I buy last time? Like 4-pound bag of chili powder.
Something.
Yeah, but they didn't have that this time. So I got the 1 pound. So we use that and then we fill up our little spice jars. These are great because I can just dip the teaspoon or tablespoon right in. It works great, but that's how we do our spices. We buy them in bulk. I buy a pound of oregano at a time, which is like a giant bag and it lasts us a few months easily. But I'd rather have it on hand always than run out, like I said. And it is cheaper like per ounce when you actually factor it down. This is tea. If you are a big tea drinker and you like loose leaf tea, this is an incredible way to buy it. You can go get all kinds of different herbs and flowers and teas from them, and then you could create your own different blends. So this is lemon balm. super cool. Another thing we like to get is cheese. We like to try to get organic and raw dairy as much as possible. We have a milk cow, but I have not had the time for cheese making yet. Obviously, with 8 kids and our own businesses, we've got a lot of things on our plate. So we drink the milk, we use it for other things, but I haven't made cheese, so we still buy it. We've got raw cheddar. We get 10 pounds of this, and we get 10 pounds of organic mozzarella, and we shred it ourselves. It is way better for you. The shredded cheese in the store is coated with cellulose, which comes from like bark. Essentially, it's like wood pulp that's coated to keep it from sticking. It's not that you can't consume it, but fresh cheese that doesn't have all the powder on it is way better and easier for your body to digest. So we like to buy it. And cheaper. We like to buy it and shred it ourselves. It is definitely cheaper for the same quality cheese. Yogurt, these are new to us. I really love Nancy's. This is a great brand. They do sell it like Whole Foods, probably Lowe's Foods, different high-end grocery stores. But they just came out with these and they were on sale last month, and our little boy loved them so much, both little boys actually. So I decided to get more of them. And so we also get their sour cream. Every month I get a 6-pack of their sour cream. It's just so thick and it doesn't have any thickeners. If you go to the grocery store and look, like most sour creams have carrageenan or different gums, different things to thicken them. This does not. It's just cream, milk, and then cultures. But it's still really thick, like that nice sour cream texture. And it's delicious. So we really like that. And then buying 6 is cheaper individually than buying 1 at the grocery store individually. Another thing we like to get from Azure is cereal. This is the best price I have found on this cereal. With celiac disease especially, it is incredibly difficult to find a quality cereal that is safe, because even the ones that are gluten-free, like Cheerios, are still cross-contaminated with gluten and not safe for people with celiac disease. So these are completely gluten-free, not produced in a facility that uses wheat. They're just corn flour, cornmeal, pear juice concentrate to sweeten it, and some salt. Simple ingredients. We like to add protein powder to it, so it just adds another layer of like protein. In the morning, these are like our quick, easy go-to, but it's a 6-pack for a really good price, so we like to get that there. We also buy our peanut butter from Azure. This is a 5-pound tub of organic peanut butter. I just love buying it this way. One, it's easy to get into. I usually store it upside down. That way all the oils like separate. If you've ever had natural peanut butter, you know exactly what I'm talking about. I store it that way in the pantry, and then when I go to open it, it's a lot easier to like mix up, and then I keep it in the fridge. I like this size. We used to get a 9-pound one, and I feel like it took up too much room in the refrigerator. Even though it lasted longer, this fits better. So we like this one, and it's Azure's brand. They have their own brand of things, which is really cool. So that we get every single month. And then pasta. Jovial is one of our absolute favorite pasta brands for gluten-free pasta. It's all organic, which I love. The texture is pretty much identical. You wouldn't know the difference, and it cooks great every time. So buying 12 boxes of this, I think it was like $50, I want to say, maybe a little bit less for 12 boxes. If you go to the grocery store and buy 1 box, it's usually like anywhere from $4 to $6 for 1 box. So again, buying this in bulk has saved our butts, especially having to buy gluten-free and liking to buy organic. I did get just 3 boxes of this one. So you can get it in like 1 box if you wanted. You're gonna pay about the same as the grocery store, but you get a little discount if you get 3, and you get a bigger discount if you get 12. So I love that Azure has that flexibility of choosing like, okay, this month I just want a little bit, so it's fine. It's still matching grocery store prices, but I do want a lot of this, so I'm gonna choose more of that. The same thing with the cheese. You could buy 3 8-ounce blocks if you wanted to. You're not gonna get as deep of a discount per ounce that way, but if it works for you, then that's good. They also have a ton of other things. This is a bar soap that we got one last month and really liked the way it smelled. It's like, what is it? Grapefruit and spearmint, that's it. It smells so good. So we really like that. And it has charcoal in it. I feel like I used it on my face maybe. I don't know. Really was great. And then I got some candles because we had a storm the other day and lost power, and I thought, we have no lights. We have one lantern. Maybe we should get candles. I did think these would be bigger, but that's okay. I think they're made to go in a special lantern for candles, but they each burn for 12 hours. So that's cool. So they have like all kinds of like prep stuff. They have a ton of things. They have things for animals. We get a big bag of oats for our cow, all kinds of things. Anyway, that's our Azure order. That's kind of a little bit about how we keep it. I showed you the different containers, buying it in bulk, storing it in smaller containers as we need. I'm gonna give you another example right here. Like I said, all of our bulk spices are up at the top, and then down here is where we keep them refilled. We get baking powder from Azure, tapioca starch, we need to refill that, baking soda, the salt. That is the biggest savings. We bought $40 worth of Himalayan pink salt, like actual Himalayan pink salt, and it has lasted us 1.5 years so far. So there's one thing you can definitely save money on, it's salt, because Himalayan pink salt in a small shaker is like $8 at the store. And then you're gonna be buying that probably every month. If you use salt like we do, it's just gonna add up a lot. So that's one of my favorite things to save money. Another way you can save money is using our discount code, TheMurrays15. I'll put it in the description of this video, but you can go click our link, create your Azure account as a new customer. Then once you have your cart loaded up with the things you want, you can add in TheMurrays15 at checkout. You'll get 15% off of your first order of $100 or more. And then you can place it, go to the order, pick your things up, and let us know in the comments what you got, what you loved, anything you want to recommend that we try that you got that maybe we don't have. So I hope that has been helpful for you guys looking at bulk buying, looking at Azure Standard, and wondering, how do you feed such a big family healthy foods? This is literally 90% of it. Check out the link in the description again, and we will see you later.